get a shutoff valve for this hose. Well, they've been going through the fly spray. I'm having to fill this up every 2 or 3 days, and I got to pay close attention that I don't let it get all the way empty, because this float switch here is supposed to tell the pump to quit running when the tank is empty, but when I over tightened it and broke it, it doesn't work anymore. So I've been on the lookout for a new float switch. I actually found a couple that come in from the top, and that would be better because you eliminate any potential for leaks. So I'll probably have to grab those one of these days, but for now it's working. I've had several questions about how much dish soap I mix with the 25 gallons of water, and the answer is it varies. I've been told that you could go as light as like 1.5 to 2 ounces per gallon, which would be what, 50 ounces or so. So a little bit less than half a gallon for a full tank. But a lot of times I will just put the entire gallon of dish soap in there, because I figure, hey, if a little bit is good, then more is probably better. I had them locked out of here while I was filling it up. You know, I don't necessarily need their help while I'm doing that. How is the cow sprayer working? Well, there's a lot of flies buzzing around in the air. They still do have some on their face, but if you look at their bodies, by and large, the fly pressure is what I would call at an acceptable level. Rivet is always a good example to kind of demonstrate what the fly pressure is, because they show up so good on his coat. As some of you may have seen the other day, we did have a late 4th of July calf, a little black brockle face heifer, and I'm assuming that she's laying out here in the pasture somewhere, not up here in the corral, where I kind of wish that she was, because I need to get her vaccinated. The red calf that was born the other day needs to be vaccinated and banded, and then the adopted teen mom calf needs to get vaccinated as well. So I think this morning, before it gets too terribly hot, we'll try to get that taken care of, and then we've got plenty of other things to do. That's what's going on today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. The 3 calves that I need are all up here in the main corral, but the cows are kind of showing like they want to all go out and graze. So what I'm doing now is just standing here at the cow sprayer, making sure none of the calves that I want to keep go out, and I'll just let these girls walk out, because then they'll be out of my way when I'm trying to sort these 3 off. Well, a few of them came out and now they've kind of stopped. I think me standing here is making them nervous. So I think now these ones are showing like they want to come back in. So we've probably done about as good as we can do with that. Let's go ahead and close the gate here and get started. Watch out. Hey you. Hey you. Excuse me. Would you get out of the way, please? You are in the way. Figured I'd go ahead and get everything ready for the calves before they get up here to minimize the amount of time we have to handle them. Keep that right in there. Everything's ready. Let's go get the calves. I'm a little skittish. I might just take this whole group. Easier. Okay, 22, don't need you. Need all you 3. right, these are the 3 we're after. Let's make it quick. You done, that's it. Well, that job's done, and not a moment too soon. It's just starting to warm up. Next thing I need to do today is a job that I'm not looking forward to doing, but that I need to get this trailer cleaned off. I've had this steel sitting on here for an embarrassingly long amount of time, and it's getting to the point where I need this trailer for other things. Not only do we need to bring bales home, but I'm actually hoping that tomorrow I can run back up to the steel yard to get some more steel. I've got several projects on the horizon in the metal shop, and I think in this video I want to tell you guys what those are. The steel that's left here on the trailer is for the weed wiper that I've been planning to make for several years, but I think I might borrow some of this metal to make a double bale spear for the LS. See, originally I thought about just welding spear bushings on either side of this single spear, therefore making it into a double spear, but I started to think, you know, it'd probably be better to just build an entirely new separate double spear so that I could use the single on my dad's tractor out in the hayfield, and then I could use the double on the LS here back at the barn. And there are 2 reasons that I want a double spear for this tractor. The first one being that with a double spear, one of the spears is going to be like right here in front of the tire, which means when you pick up a 4-footer bale with that spear, you could pull right into the barn right up against the wall and set that bale down in the corner without having to do anything tricky with the tractor like what I've had to do up to this point. And then the other obvious reason why I would want a double spear is because I can pick up 2 bales at once. So that's one project. That one should be pretty easy. I've made 2 bale spears before, so I don't really anticipate this one being much different than those 2. Just I'm gonna be welding 2 spears onto this one instead of 1. The other 2 projects that I have in mind, however, are gonna be a little bit more challenging. The first one is a salt feeder. I'm planning to get another pallet of Redmond salt this year, but unlike years past, this year my plan is to get loose salt, which means that the salt feeder I have in the big corral should be fine because it's just a big wooden tub that I put blocks in. I ought to be able to just pour loose salt in there with no problem. But everywhere else where I feed salt, I just throw the blocks on the ground, and with loose salt, I just don't feel like that's the best way to do it. So my plan is to make a tub feeder on legs with flaps that the cattle can learn to lift up and get their mineral that way. This is similar to the plastic round ones that you've seen before, or you've probably seen them. But the big difference with the one that I plan to make is I'm gonna make it out of steel. But if I make it out of just regular mild steel, it's not gonna last very long because the salt's really corrosive, and that's just not a good long-term solution. But what is a good long-term solution is stainless steel. On the stainless steel salt feeder, which is quite a mouthful to say, I'll be breaking out the Everlast 210 EXT to get that thing welded up. Now, I don't have really hardly any experience welding stainless steel, so this will be a project that I learn a lot on. I did get some larger cups and diffusers that I think will help. And I know with stainless, the name of the game is moving fast. You don't want to get a lot of heat in one spot because it warps a lot. So with all the linear feet of weld I'm gonna have to lay down on this stainless steel salt feeder, I'm hoping that by the end of it all, I'm fairly proficient or at least comfortable with stainless steel. And this is a perfect project to learn on because there's really no consequences to these welds breaking other than maybe spilling some salt on the ground. And then the third big project that I have in mind, I've mentioned a little bit before, and that is my low budget squeeze chute that I want to build to take over to the heifer pasture where there currently is no squeeze chute at all. But before any of those projects can happen, we need metal, and before we can get metal, we need to get this cleaned off. We'll need this S30 over in the pig pen pretty soon. I've been seeing a lot of people asking in the comments if I am getting pigs this year, and the answer is yes. In fact, I expect a phone call from Ryan any day now telling me that they're ready to be picked up. I guess we are a little later than normal, but they're coming. In fact, now that I'm standing over here, it's kind of got me thinking that I probably need to grab this feeder and get it cleaned up and repainted some, and oh yeah, it's full of junk. And then I'll have to figure out a better solution for the flaps down here. You can see 2 of them ripped off and the other 2 are just hanging on by a thread. So I've got an idea of how I'm gonna do this to where they hold up a little bit longer, hopefully permanently, but we'll have to try it and see. I can't believe how much of the paint was worn off of this thing. And initially I was thinking I would just repaint the bottom of it, but now I'm wondering if I shouldn't come in here with some bed liner or something a little bit more durable, because I really don't want to have to repaint this every year. So I guess we'll add that to the ever-growing to-do list. Oh boy. And then of course there's this project. This transfer tank needs to be cut down a little bit so that my toolbox will fit over it while it's in the back of the truck. And you know, that's one of those jobs that I'm not real excited about doing. It does need to be done. Maybe if it's in here, I'll get to it a little bit faster. Flat tires were actually nice coming down the ramp, but they're not going to be nice getting it into the shop. There, that's kind of hidden. Maybe a little bit better.
Oh yeah. No, it doesn't really stand out.
We should set the trail camera up. Oh, perfect shot.
Why?
I got it right where it needs to go. If you remember back a couple videos ago, we lost several chickens to a fox. So I ordered this larger live trap and I've got it set over here by where we have the chickens at now. I don't think we'll probably catch anything, but it is here so we might, and I've got the trail camera set up looking at it, so hopefully we'll at least know if anything is interested in it. What do you think? Are we gonna catch him?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think so.
Right now we're using an old hunk of beef as bait. I would be curious if anybody watching that has experience trapping foxes would let me know what you use for bait. I've read fish and chicken, but I don't really know what works best. A lot of what I saw basically just said they'll eat pretty much anything, so I don't know. We'll start with this. What are you doing?
I'm throwing all these leaves to make it more camouflage.
She's camouflaging the trap. It's actually probably a pretty good idea.
You can come to my garden.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got a stick and a rock.
You got a stick and a rock?
Yeah.
How'd you grow that?
So, the stick is gonna turn, guess what?
What?
An apricot.
It's gonna turn into an apricot?
Yeah.
So wish us luck on the trapping. I'll let you guys know what we get. I kind of doubt we'll get a fox. It wouldn't surprise me if we get a cat, maybe a skunk, maybe a raccoon, but only time will tell. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.